Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'm going to talk to you about some of the different types of outer layers that I wear when I'm out hiking or hill walking. Stick around if you'd like to find out more. Okay, so if you're new to hiking and you wonder what I mean by outer layer, so your outer layer is designed to provide some protection from the elements and help keep your body temperature regulated throughout your hike. So the first outer layer I'm going to talk about is the one I'm wearing right now, and that's the hard shell, or you may also know it as a waterproof jacket. So your hard shell jacket is designed to provide maximum protection. So on days when it's heavy rain, driving winds, your hard shell should keep you completely warm and dry. So there are various types of hard shell jackets you can get, all at various different price points, but the vast majority have a membrane, and that's what provides you the protection from the elements. So the one I'm wearing today has a Gore-Tex membrane, but there are other membranes such as Pertex, Event and manufacturers' own brands. So if you're planning on walking in any environment where you're expecting to be in prolonged heavy rain, then a hard shell is absolutely essential to ensure that you stay protected, warm and dry throughout your hike. So are there any times when it's not raining that I'd wear this hard shell jacket? Well, the main one that I can think of is if I'm going to higher elevations, it may not be raining but there's quite strong winds, I would still look to wear this hard shell because it's completely windproof and provides protection from wind chill, which can really strip all that body heat away that you've generated on your hike. So every time you're out, it's not absolutely essential that you always wear a hard shell. There are disadvantages to wearing them on days like today when there's no rain and there's no wind. They're not the most breathable of jackets. I mean, this is one of the high-end waterproof shells, and you know, it does have good levels of breathability, but there are better alternatives out there that you can wear when it's not windy or it's not raining, and I'm going to tell you what they are now. So an alternative jacket or outer shell that you can wear on days when there's not much rain about is a soft shell jacket. So whereas hard shells are completely waterproof and windproof, soft shells are more weather resistant. So this will take an amount of rain before water starts to come through, and it will also provide a good level of wind resistance, but it won't cut both out completely. So the main advantage a soft shell has over a hard shell jacket is it's much more comfortable to wear. The fabric is a lot more stretchy and it's a lot more breathable because it allows more air to pass through it. It's not designed, as I mentioned before, to completely block out wind in the same way that a hard shell is. So because of its superior breathability compared to a hard shell, soft shell jackets are excellent choices when you're going to be working hard. So if you've got a lot of ascents during your walk, these will help regulate your body temperature a lot more effectively than a hard shell. So one of the other advantages of a soft shell jacket is on days when the weather is changeable, so it's not going to be raining for prolonged periods of time, you can keep the soft shell on and you don't have to keep switching between this and a hard shell jacket. It does have enough water resistance to last light showers, and that's one of the big advantages of these. You don't have to keep switching between jackets. So are there any disadvantages to wearing a soft shell jacket then? The main one for me is on days when the wind is quite strong, particularly at higher elevations, because they are more breathable and allow wind and air to pass through to regulate your temperature. Wind can cut through these, and obviously that will then strip away any body heat that you've generated. But other than that, they're great options for days where you're not expecting heavy rain. So there is one other type of outer layer that I sometimes use that gives you sometimes the best of both worlds depending on the time of year, but before I go into that, if you are finding this video useful, feel free to check out my other videos on my channel that are hiking gear related, and I am planning more of these types of videos going forward. So if you've enjoyed this one, why not consider subscribing, hitting the bell notification so you don't miss those once I post them. So I mentioned there's a third option that I use as an outer layer, and this is actually a hybrid jacket. This is both a soft shell and it's also fully waterproof. Just in case you're wondering, they are all different jackets. I do like the colour blue. So this particular jacket that I'm wearing today, which is the Rab Kinetic Plus jacket, I'm not sure if there are other manufacturers out there that do hybrid jackets that are both soft shell and waterproof. So where a hybrid jacket comes into its own for me is in the warmer months. So with this being fully waterproof and have the added benefit of being extremely breathable, this is my preferred option when it's expected to rain in the summer. So even the very best hard shell jackets in the summer months just don't possess anywhere near the same level of breathability, and they can be very uncomfortable to wear when it's hot, but absolutely throwing it down. So what are the disadvantages of the hybrid outer shell? So the main one for me is, although it's waterproof, this is 3 times less waterproof than the hard shell that I was wearing earlier. And also, with it being a more breathable fabric, again, cold winds will cut through it, so it just won't provide the same level of protection as a hard shell will in those harsh winter conditions. Okay, so which one of these outer shells should you choose? Well, I think that depends on where you live and where you plan to do most of your hiking. If I had to choose just one of these, I live in the UK, it rains a lot, so a hard shell would be my choice. If you live in a really warm climate where you very rarely encounter much rain, heavy winds, etc., then a soft shell may be a more suitable outer layer for you. Essentially, I think the key thing to think about here is, where are you going to be doing most of your hiking, and then choose the type of outer layer that is more suited to the conditions that you'll encounter. So you'll notice that I've not really talked about the brands that I've actually worn today in this video, and the reason for that is I'm a firm believer that, you know, ultimately it's an individual's decision on how much they want to spend on their outdoors equipment, obviously depending on their budget and actually the amount of time you spend outdoors. I wouldn't spend top prices on outdoor gear if I was only going to go out once a month, for example. I am happy to answer any questions anyone has about what I've been wearing today though in the video comments below if you'd like to find out more. So if you'd like to find out a little bit more about what I wear when I'm out hiking in the winter, I'll put a link in the video description below so you can check that out after you've finished watching this one. I really hope you found this video helpful though, and it's giving you an idea about some of the outer layers that you can wear. If you've got any questions about anything that I've covered today, feel free to put it in the video comments below and I'll do my best to answer every one of them. Right, thank you very much for watching. See you on the next video. Goodbye for now.